Okay. We are ready for, what is it, the third Monhun Learning Day?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, I should play music. There you go.
Hey,
It's a little
Landon.
loud, actually. Okay, it's better.
Hello, hello. I am now a sponge. All powerful.
You have the mop too. I should cosplay this at some point. But use
What?
real sponges.
the Royal
Forge this out of
Ladroth armor.
sponges.
Bro, I bet,
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's actually done that, because I've seen, like, a lot of, Monster Hunter, like, people will make cosplay, like, super complicated, cosplays, like, of Monster Hunter armor sets.
Does exist, but there's no good cosplays of it.
Yeah.
And the ones that are decent are female. They don't look as ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, like, before I knew much about Monster Hunter, I remember always seeing, like, I would see a lot of cosplay contests, and there would be people that would have stuff from Monster Hunter. Of course, I didn't really know. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
There's
yeah,
a lot of really cool ones.
I wonder if anybody's cosplayed the Royal Ladroth.
Oh yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Weapon included.
Oh.
Sponge
Nice.
sword,
Sponge sword.
which is the great sword one. Oh,
Yeah.
so today which is gonna be another stream, but nobody shows up at my place because my audience is already either at sleep or at school.
Yeah.
Because it's either Germans or Australians for some reason. I'm not sure why. But yeah. Okay, where's my notes? There they are. Ah, yeah, wanted to talk about panic reactions.
That was a good clip, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah, so panic reactions. You can actually have control over panic reactions. Who would have thought?
Wow.
It's like a real life thing. You know, you can ground yourself in real life if you have panic reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what you do in Monster Hunter. That's nonsense. What you do, this kind of goes in that direction actually. It is just getting aware of what is happening and then actually reacting to it instead of just kind of spamming dodge,
Yeah.
right? Because this is
Okay.
kind of the Dark Souls syndrome. You spam dodge so you get hit.
Yeah. Alright, thank
Yeah.
you. See ya.
Difference to Dark Souls is that usually when you get hit in this game is not as bad, but it's a lot easier to get hit because you have a lot less iframes.
Damn.
But yeah. I think the fat roll is about the same iframes that you have here. I may be wrong. I may be
Yeah.
super wrong.
I sponged
But
up
it's
my
very
cats,
little,
too.
little. So what do you do when you are in a panic situation? Let's say you walked into poison for absolutely no reason, and you're running away from a spider, and the spider hits you, and you're at like herbs level of HP and
Fucking
poison.
spiders.
What do you do? So what you do is you start panicking and
Yeah.
you start running and just
Yeah.
pressing the dodge button, or not even that. Sometimes
Just
you kind of
pressing
just
random
walk and get
buttons.
hit. Yeah. So what you want to be aware of is, if you're like at Herb's level of HP, the poison is gonna take still a good while to kill you. So dying to poison is not really a threat. You don't have to worry about that at all. As long as you get a heal in like the next 30 seconds, you'll live. It's not going to be 30 seconds, it's like 15 or something like that. The point is, you don't have to immediately worry about, oh, come on, I really have to use antidote right now. You don't. The threat is dying to an attack, right?
Yeah.
Because you're super low HP, so any attack will kill you. What do you do about that? You look at what the monster is doing, and you react to it. So instead of running and going through your inventory looking for the antidote, instead what you should do is look at the monster, and you should ask yourself, what can this thing do in order to kill me right now? Which is what you always do anyway, but you
Yeah.
gotta actively go back into that state. because the panic rips you out of that state, right? You have that controlled fight where you know what you're doing, and the panic of getting like super low rips you out of that, and you gotta get back in. And I do these mistakes even today still. That's just not gonna change immediately. It just cannot. Why is there like a blue outline on your screen now?
Oh, don't
It's gone now.
don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Anyway, I just in No Armor recently I had such a moment where I could have easily just kept my calm and reacted to what the monster was doing and been fine, and
Yeah.
instead I panicked, rolled twice, and died because of it. This happens.
Mhm.
And when it happens, you get away where, okay, I panicked, I did that, I shouldn't have done that, I should have been calm and reacted to what the monster's doing. Because if instead of what you did, which was essentially just walking and getting hit because you were overwhelmed, right? Instead, you should have just been like, okay, I gotta wait for what the monster's doing. Then you see the monster's doing something, you do your Superman dive or whatever saves your life, and after that you can still heal. Because you
Yeah.
ran out that low. There are situations that will occur where you're like 2 or 3 poison ticks away from dying. In which case, getting that potion is better, obviously. Like, the only way to survive a situation like that is healing. Because otherwise you just die in any case, right? So, this is the thing you usually want to avoid, right? But what you can do in a situation where you're dead into like 2 or 3 poison ticks or fire ticks, you swallow a mega potion or something better, like something pretty good, right?
Yeah.
If you have it at the ready, and then tank the hit from the monster and live that one, and go from there. So you're essentially kind of wasting the potion, but not really, because it saved your life, right?
Yeah.
But the healing is kind of gone anyway, or mitigated. But that you don't want to do if you're in a regular panic situation, because the chance that you're getting hit mid-healing is way too high. So in a regular panic situation where you have time to heal, but you're panicking because you're super low, you still gotta first take care of the monster, wait for a situation you can heal, and then heal. Otherwise, you just get hit, which is what happened. Which is understandable, but here we are.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'll have to see like what I actually did have, because I think because I was on like the third, third chance, and I was really low on potions and stuff. I can't even remember. I might not even have had any mega potions left. I don't even know how many potions I had.
You didn't?
Yeah.
I don't think you had mega potions, but that doesn't matter. The point is just you don't try to heal or antidote until
Yeah.
you're safe.
Yeah.
And once you're safe, you can then regular potion up or whatever. You can herb up if you want to, right? That doesn't matter. At that point, that's fine because you're out of the panic situation. The problem is dealing with that panic situation. And this is one of the many reasons why I say it's so important to have an item in your bar that you want to use in a panic situation, right?
Yeah.
So like if you have your fucking whetstone in there and you have 1 HP, that whetstone isn't gonna do shit for you. And if you're out of a panic situation, you can always just look for that whetstone. If you're in the panic situation, you don't have time necessarily to look for your mega potion, right? So yeah, that sucks. What you can do is always be on a mega potion. And try not to use mega potions unless you have to, right? So that's something I tend to do, or tend to try. I tend to do it less now because I'm impatient. Is not use mega potions unless I'm in a panic situation where I need to heal quickly. Or I don't have anything else left, right? So I use my potions up first, because they don't heal as much, they're not as safe. And a mega potion is a lot more safe, because it gives you more HP, right? So have a mega potion there, or you can have like an antidote there if you know you're fighting a creature that's kind of poisoned you a lot. You can even have like flash bombs there against certain targets. You know, that kind of shit that you just want to have at the ready.
Yeah.
For when you need it. Because like when the monster starts flying away, you don't have time to scroll for your fucking flash bomb. You just don't have that time. So just have it ready. And this is something that actually some people disagreed with me on the newer Monster Hunter games. Because in those games you have like an item wheel that you can quickly access items from. And I still think it is super important to have that instinct, especially if you're gonna play different Monster Hunter games, and also there's just another slot, right? There's an additional slot to your item wheel. So why not use it? And I see no reason to. But I actually think I got a point for that one. When I got schooled. Apparently I did really well in the VOD analysis. That's a different thing that I want to do with you eventually as well, but for that I'll have to set that up. Which is he recorded a hunt of him making intentional mistakes, and I'm supposed to point them out.
Oh, okay.
I like point everything out. And normal people would have done 3 videos of that in the time that I spent with him, and we did like a third of that one video because they just kept talking about all the different shit you can do, which is what I'm doing right now. Sorry. Yeah. It is something I enjoy doing. And apparently I did really well. So there's like, I don't know what the exact points were, but let's say there were like 20 points possible to get at the point at that time, and I had like 26. So, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's something I want to do with you because this is really cool, but also that doesn't really work in older games because in older games there's not that much you could do wrong. It's more about just dodging and then hitting, right? Like 90% of what you can do is dodge and hit.
Yeah.
And in like World and Rise, there's so many things you could do wrong and right. Specifically in World, there's just so many. It's just insane. But yeah, we'll get into that when it's time. The game is very detailed and very in-depth. This game is not. Some things are, but most of them not that much. Okay, so much about panic reactions. I will judge your next panic reaction, but we see. Now, the next thing we wanted to do is Valor counter. Hey.
Valor counter.
I had the idea of going into a hunt with you, and then you stacking up your Valor, and then I place like a bomb and you react to it using your counter. Because that's a lot easier than, you know, a monster.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know if that's such a great idea. Because your gauge is gonna run out.
Right.
My bombs are gonna run out. And then we have to redo it actually. I don't know if that actually saves us time or if it's just long, especially because I don't have the game booted up.
Right.
So you might just wanna fight something, I guess. That'll work. Like fight something easy enough, but tough enough that it doesn't just die in a combo.
Okay.
Nice little quiz for you to solve. Which monster does that apply to? Oh yeah, did you check your skills if there's anything that just quite didn't make it to activation?
Let me check.
It's the thing we talked about, right? Like armors sometimes have the opportunity to increase your skills further, or to unlock something that is just
I was
barely
trying
not
to think.
unlocked.
I don't think there is. Yeah.
No, there's something. It doesn't really apply to what I said, but you don't want evasion down, do you? So you can get one thing that increases evasion down, or evasion up, I guess.
No,
Put that in,
I guess that's true.
and then you're at like -9, and it doesn't apply. And you might even have a skill for that already? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was like, well, maybe I have a talisman that can give me something.
Are you wearing one? Yeah, you have one for gathering
it's
right
the
now,
gathering
right?
one.
Yeah, go check. You don't have a quest right now, so you can go check. What I was referring to was the jewels, right? So if you have like an evasion jewel, you just put that into your armor, and that works too. I'm not sure if you have one, but check for both of them.
Evasion.
That's the one. It even has a slot, just in case. Team leader, I don't even know what that does. It probably is nonsense and useless. But who knows?
Yeah, there we go. Team leader.
Let me quickly check if Marathon Runner and Stamina Recovery... oh, it's Stamina... I thought it was Health Recovery. I'll still find that. I wanna check if those get bonus at like 15 or 20. Marathon Runner does not. Is it actually called Stam Recuv Up? No, it's not.
Stam Recuv Up. Stam.
It is called Stam Recuv. Okay, that's stupid. That's also only at 10, so there's nothing you can gain at the moment. You could maybe still get to 10 with like a completely new skill if you farm the jewels, but I don't think that's worth it for a
Right.
10 skill. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now.
Okay.
Cool, let's go. What
Yeah.
evasion down would have done is you have less iframes when you dodge. Which
Yeah, right.
actually doesn't really do anything, because if you dodge something, it's usually not intended with those iframes. It's just...
Right.
You can't get consistent dodge with those iframes unless you have to. Like if you play no armor and you don't have any iframes, you learn to dodge because you have to, and even then it is only specific moves that you can dodge. Okay.
So should I go with just something low rank or whatever? Or...
Something
maybe.
that will live long enough.
Well.
And has predictable attacks.
Right.
So what I consider predictable attacks are like monsters that like charge a lot or do like slow attacks with a lot of wind up and shit, right? So like Ludroth you said is predictable to you. I usually
Right.
play things like Rathian.
Yeah, I was just fighting Ludroth like a lot. So
Wouldn't that
mean-
make him a great target though? Because you know his attacks now.
yeah.
Let's
I
do
mean,
it.
I could also do the... Isn't there a low rank version of him? Somewhere?
Probably, yeah.
Somewhere. I don't know where. There he is.
Royal Spit Take.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Wait, what?
That's what she
Did
said.
she say that?
Yeah,
But she doesn't do anything.
I know. And
What does that
She's
mean?
awful,
Does that mean do nothing?
I guess.
Okay.
Things.
Look at that. What does a Nullberry do?
It gets rid of blight.
That is correct.
Yeah. I know things.
You have blue sharpness. How much
I
does that
do.
increase your damage by? That's unfair. That's unfair. It is 20% though, in
Oh.
case you want to know. Or it is 6.25% for elemental damage.
Hmm.
Don't ask me why I know this shit. It's really stupid that I know this shit. I've made it my job to learn all the different modifiers for no reason. It's great. Probably in 7, I would assume. That's usually where it starts. It might be always where it starts. I actually don't know shit. I just know that he's in 7 a lot.
Yeah,
Might also be in 6,
he's been
who
in
knows?
7 every single time I've bought him.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Okay, so what you want to do is hit as little of the Royal Ludroth as possible, so like beat up his children,
Yeah.
and
Beat up his
use your Valor moves. Don't just do regular attacks. That's a waste of your attacks. Always do Valor moves.
Yeah.
So every single hit that you land is a Valor move. Or Valor Dodge, that's fine too. Valor Dodge doesn't do nearly as much. There's another Ludroth to your left.
Okay.
Small one. Oh, nice lag. Oh, he wasn't ready. Did you
Wow.
not see that he was aiming left? Did you think he was aiming the other way?
Yeah.
You can tell from the position of his head, like where he's looking, is where he's going. Like right now, he's aimed left. Did you see that? His head went?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you can tell. This game, or like Monster generally, not just this one, it is very good in telling you what it's doing, or what the monster's doing, but it's never obvious about it. Well, sometimes it is, right? But most attacks are not super obvious, but everything has a type. Everything.
God, this foliage
And
is
there's some
annoying
monsters-
shit out of me.
Like Kieran. Have you fought Kieran?
I haven't. You know what? I was just thinking that. I heard you mentioned it the other day, and I was like, wait, have I fought that? And I have it on my list, but I haven't fought it yet because it wasn't part of the, like,
Yeah, it's optional.
things I needed to
Makes
do.
sense.
So I hadn't fought it.
I try kill it eventually. But my point is, Kieran has a lot of different attacks that just kind of summon lightning, right? And there's a difference in the sounds it makes and the way it turns its head
Yeah.
that tell you which attack it's doing. And I don't know these tells, but I know that they exist because Jekka no armored it and knew exactly what it was doing depending on those two cues. And speedrunners know it. So that is a thing. And it's really impressive. You are in your stats.
Yep.
So now you want to do nothing but press R once every time you get hit. Essentially, the point where you would get hit, you press R, and not before that. Not when you get hit, the point where you would get hit. If you got hit, that's too late. Okay. I think it should also work on small monsters, but not like that's the cool thing right now. That's
like that?
That's it.
Okay.
And that literally counters every single move, as far as I know. And then you can attack out of it, obviously. Right?
Like that.
You did it again. Awesome. Now, one thing. So what you want to do after that in like a regular combat, right, is keep attacking, obviously, right? Like it does damage to the monster and it prevents all damage you would get. So it's really, really broken. So abuse it as much as you can. How spammable is it, right? So you can't do counter into counter. That doesn't work. What you can do is counter attack, counter attack, counter attack, counter attack, counter attack, and just keep doing that indefinitely. Mm-hmm. And there's clips of people just countering every attack that a monster is doing. And it's really cool. So that's another reason to do it. But essentially, we're already done because you did it like 2 or 3 times in a row. So you get the idea. You get the timing now.
Yeah.
And I reminded you of how the counter behaves. Because that's not an obvious thing. And you would forget that immediately, which is totally fine. But there was still a point in saying it, because me saying it twice makes it more likely that you remember it now. And the next time I say it, you might actually. But yeah, you can go kill this guy if you want. You can also just return from quest or abandon quest, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Is there a return from quest? No, that's not in the game. You can envy a sub-quest in this game. Which is cool. So you can like break a monster's part, which can be a sub-quest. And then you just leave. That can be cool. In modern games, you can just return from quest and keep the items that you looted.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. It's just the quest isn't complete, but you keep the stuff you got, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that was really, really fast. And we're done for today. Yay. Now we can do the ward analysis or a live hunt analysis, and I would prefer doing the ward hunt analysis before the live hunt analysis, because then you could apply the knowledge to the live hunt.
Yeah, right? I can pull up the VOD real quick.
Alright.
In just a second.
1.
Let me see. Whoa.
0.
Whoa. I need more seconds than that. Okay. There we go. You can hear that, right?
I have the stream muted.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah. Sound doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so you paintball immediately. There's not really a reason to do that because it's not gonna like leave immediately, right? So you could wait for a while. The issue is that you probably will forget before it's too late. So I get the point. I do it too sometimes. And until you know that a monster, that it's safe to not paintball a monster, I just always paintball the monster anyway. Now, pause it.
Pause it. Sorry. Okay.
Oh my God. This is not a speed we can work with.
No, sorry. I just didn't have it up, so I can keep it up.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You're just gonna get ready for the next time. So I want you to go back to the start of when you started fighting it.
Okay.
And then I would like you to analyze your own VOD. And essentially just kind of point out the things you could have done differently. And that is everything. Every small thing you can think of. And that is stuff like using your whetstone. That is stuff like taking care of your stamina. That is stuff like... thank you. That is stuff like taking care of your 2 gauges. That is stuff like paying attention to your palico. That's stuff... Anything you can think of. anything, okay?
Yeah.
The one thing that you don't have to keep saying is, "Oh, I could have dodged that." Like, that's very obvious. That doesn't help anybody. That you don't have to say every time. Everything else, just kind of point it out, okay? And whenever you want to point something out, just pause and talk about it, and then we'll talk about it, and then we keep going. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. This thing fucking sucks.
That's the first thing you have to say.
It is.
Okay, I have already 2 things I want to say to this.
Yeah.
So one is, what is the current active item?
The fucking barbecue spit.
we talked about this earlier.
I took that out of my inventory now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna say it again, you know, so that it burns into your mind. You want to have a good item there that you
Right.
can use when you quickly need to access an item.
Yeah.
The other thing, something that is not a mistake, but a thing you noticed, which is you hit, it's like claws, and you bounced.
Right.
And you bounced with green sharpness. What does that mean? Most likely, this is just a spot you will always bounce off.
Mm-hmm.
That is not guaranteed, so you probably just still gotta feel your way in a little bit. But if you notice those spots, keep them in your head, don't attack them. Not only because you don't deal any damage, but also because if you bounce, you're open for attacks.
Right.
Okay, continue. Don't hesitate to speak up.
Okay. That was close.
Ooh. that
That's a
was
long
close.
hold. See, of course, I'm not sure what it all does at this point, really, so I'm just kind of like trying to be defensive and feel it out. And should be facing it.
Correct. Okay.
Oh,
You didn't know
God.
what that does?
Yeah.
But now you know, don't walk into that.
Yeah.
That is a scary thing, by the way. That
Yeah.
is like if you're playing no armor, these things are terrifying.
Yeah. And
Okay,
they
what
move
happened
so
there?
fast and jump around.
What happened there? Why did you get hit? Not because you didn't dodge. Why did you get hit? Watch it again and tell me why you
Yeah.
got hit. That, by the way, is a sign too. That deals poison damage.
Because I wasn't, like, ready, I guess.
Nope.
Hmm.
You wanna watch it one more time, or should I tell you?
Let me watch it one more time.
All right. I think you were very ready. Like you were already running, prepared,
Yeah.
and then this
Oh,
happened.
because did my stamina run out?
Yes.
Okay. I was
Stamina
gonna
ran
say.
out. You started walking in this weird wonky animation. You
Yeah.
might have even noticed it and stopped
Yeah.
because of that. That is a thing that I've seen you do before. If you get into that animation, you kind of just stop and stand still.
Right.
That's not what you have to do. You can just let go of the run button and continue walking.
Okay.
So you don't have to stand still. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
in your brain, like if that's like, you know, available to you
Right.
in those situations. So I'm just mentioning it. Let's continue.
Fucking crawling on the ceiling.
Yep. But that too is information, right? Because they're just
Yeah.
kind of just hanging there doing nothing. So that's an opportunity to attack. Gotta register those moments. Which is difficult, but you know.
Why did I start Valor dancing there?
Out
Oh,
of safety.
damn. I was scared for
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah, so Valor stancing in situations like this is totally fine. We're just kind of seeing, is the
Yeah.
monster attacking me? If not, I'm just gonna put my weapon away and continue walking. That's totally fine. Just don't stand there for like too long, right? So if your stamina gets too low, it's dangerous, obviously. Oh, see that? You saw it the first time and you didn't do anything. Second time you immediately attack.
Yeah.
This is very perceptive. Because you're not just kind of waiting for it to do something, you're actually remembering what it does.
Yeah.
And after one attack, I expect it to take at least like 3. So, that's pretty cool. Stamina. There it goes again. Two things that happened with
Yeah.
stamina.
I was gonna say there in a second, I should have like been trying to face it more because I literally attacked before I even turned back to face it. Did you see that?
I did not.
Yeah, here, let me. Sorry, were you gonna say something else though?
Minor thing, stamina related. Two things. One of them is it's difficult to look at your stamina while you're fighting,
Yeah.
but you can have it in your peripheral. You can be aware of it in your peripheral, which is actually a meditation exercise, which is pretty cool. But yeah, in the end, eventually, you don't pay attention to that anymore, and you get used to what your stamina feels like. This is where I'm
Right.
at, and where, like, if you play a lot of Monster Hunter, you get used to that because your stamina is always going to be the same range. Sometimes you still look up to check where it's at, and then, like, if I look up and see my stamina is at half, then I know what it feels like from there. How long it takes to regenerate, how long it takes to run out, right? So and I just know this feeling. You're gonna have to look a little bit more, but you will get used to that. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Right here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could absolutely been more to the right. That is correct, but you are already turning that way. You were just not fast enough. So you just get it a little bit faster with it. And that's the second time you've bounced off the claws. Let's see if that continues being a
Yeah.
trend or not. Also, there was the poison thing again. Yeah.
Ugh.
Do you have sound? Can you hear
Yeah.
yourself talking? So like if I say something and
Oh,
then
well,
your
no,
past
so-
self makes a comment about the thing, I would like to know that.
Oh, well, I just have where I'm listening to just the audio of the game. I think it's
Okay.
because these tracks are split up, so
Yeah, they are.
yeah.
If we set it up that way, there should be one track that has all of them combined in one, which you should have because it's a streaming track, right? So for streaming, it should put everything on one track because it's streaming, right? It's just for recording. So there should always be a streaming track that has everything on one.
Yeah.
And if you want, you could have your own commentary on top of it because it could be interesting to hear your own thoughts from before. I'd even unmute my stream for that.
I don't know if I do have one that has them all on there.
If not, that is fine too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's set that up though, because
Yeah.
a lot of times it is just more convenient to just have one with everything.
Right.
When it's not important to have like different ones, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let us continue. Yeah. So this is correct behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
This not. This is incorrect. Why is this incorrect?
What?
Why was it incorrect to attack there? What you're doing right now is great. This is not great.
Because it was like facing you or what?
Yeah, I mean, it was ready to attack at any point. And why in this particular situation is that so dangerous?
Why?
It's a fairly simple reason. Look at your HP.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't want to be fighting it at this low range, right? Because you could get comboed. It doesn't one-hit you at this point, but it could combo you easily. Or you could, like, if it hits you with a poison attack, you might just die before you get to heal. So, yeah. Don't attack there,
Yeah.
because you didn't know that it was gonna, like, start walking past you. You didn't know that when you attacked. When you attacked, it could have just attacked, right? So you don't want to attack that. What you did before was walking around it looking for an opportunity, and that's the correct thing. Just instead of an attack opportunity, you should have been looking for a healing opportunity.
Right. Which I do like
Right?
immediately after.
Yeah. We're still a little slow on that, which is still totally
Yeah.
fine, but want to improve. Now this is fine because you saw it just kind of walking, and you've learned that the walk animation means it's not going to do anything for the foreseeable future. You still have not learned that it can shoot those webs. Which, honestly, can sometimes just happen. Where you have these particular moves that you keep getting hit by and it just doesn't get into your
Did it
brain.
just like pull the cat up there? It looked like
I
you
don't know, I
did.
wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, look. Oh, let me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Watch
You
the
captured
cat.
the cat and then pulled it up.
Yeah.
So that could have been you if you didn't mash out. Mashing out, as always, if you have to mash, is just the left stick, right? Everything else doesn't do anything. So sometimes I see you like turning your right stick, it doesn't do anything. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
Just running with my sword.
Now, why is going in not correct? Why is leaving the area not correct?
Why is leaving the area not correct?
Yeah, you went after it. Why was that not correct?
I mean, I could have healed more at first, I guess. Right?
Correct? Like, there's never not a reason to heal if there's no threat, right? So you've lost HP, might as well. Like, you're gonna heal eventually anyway. Might as well use the potion now, right? When you're safe to do it. And also, if you're at full HP and you get hit by a super strong move, you're at half. If you now get hit by a super strong move, you're at like 1/4, 1/5 ish.
Yeah.
Very low. So very close to dying. So yeah, just take the heal. Why not? Also, same applies to stamina. If you have a regular ration, which I don't think you have because you're in high rank, but if you do, you want to consider healing those.
Right.
Doing that. But if you only have steak, obviously, rare steak also is only one spot, right? But the well done steak is 2. You want to wait, obviously. Right. So let us continue.
the block from the back.
Yeah. It was kind of just unfortunate though. Also, in that situation, you hit through the claws. Apparently, just barely didn't hit them or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Why did I get hit by that? That was like I felt like that attack was so obvious. Like I don't know what I was doing. What was I doing there? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt like, I don't know, I felt like I should have known that, and I just walked right towards him.
So, the only explanation, pause it please. The only explanation that I have for situations like that is that your brain just kind of shuts off for like a second, and you kind of just go, oh yeah, probably should have done something about that. Like that happens sometimes to me too.
I know,
especially when you're not like super concentrated.
I rolled 2 and maybe I didn't have enough time to like react and make a valor stance or something.
Your weapon was not out, was it?
I don't. Hang on, let me see. Oh, I guess that wasn't.
Yeah, you already valor stance, and now you don't have your weapon out, so you can't valor stance anyway.
Right. Yeah.
It didn't roll there. So what do you do here? You decide to go for the mega potion immediately, which is respectable because if you get hit here, you might just die immediately. The timing, not the greatest. And again, same thing, timing not the greatest. What can we do about this? How can you do that better?
Make sure that it's not attacking when you're doing it, and make sure that you do it within.
How do you do that?
Make
it
sure.
sounds so easy. How do you do it?
make sure you know that like when it doesn't attack that it's gonna take a second, you know, or something where it's not going to immediately be able to attack you
Hmm.
if it's
So
facing another direction or something.
let's say you get hit by that charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to heal after that charge. I want you to tell me, like, go back and tell me what to do differently instead of just healing immediately or antidoting immediately in this case.
Yeah.
So this position, you just got hit. What do you do here?
It should have been more like, yeah, to dodge, to get out of the way first, and then kind of analyze what it's gonna do next before, you know, finding a good opening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can do that if you know this move well enough to know that it lasts a while, right? You can also just walk forward, be out of range, and then do your heal. If you know it well enough. If you
Yeah.
don't, then you do exactly what you said, which is just spectate, essentially,
I
right?
think
You're not in
probably
immediate kill range here.
yeah. I think what I was doing probably was like panicking that I was poisoned and just trying to do it as
Yeah,
soon as possible.
that's exactly what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
When you're poisoned, the poison is never priority because it's not gonna kill you. This will take a full minute to kill you. This is not
Okay.
going to. Poison is not gonna kill you. It is annoying that you have to heal more, but it's not a threat, not an
Okay.
immediate threat. If you get hit now, then it's a threat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Okay.
I would not put priority on the antidote because it takes a while to take the antidote, right? So
Yeah.
get out of range, then take the antidote, then take a healing potion. That is also the order I go with. Don't heal before you take the antidote because then from you heal, your health is gonna get deducted until you took that antidote.
Right.
So, and the other way around, the red portion of your healing, right, of your health, that is gonna regenerate by the time you use the antidote. So you use the antidote, then it starts regenerating. Then you use the potion, so you get a little more HP. That is marginal amounts. It will not matter, but I just wanted to add it.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
And this is a really bad spot, right? Like, imagine
Yeah.
you didn't get the antidote through. You get hit by that. You poison. You at this HP. It's terrible. Yeah. Turn the camera faster. Like, there was like a few seconds there where you didn't have the thing in your view, and you were running away from it, not ready to react to it attacking, right? And you were at like kill range. Okay, let's go from there. Panic avoided. Let's continue. That's this input. I know that one.
Yeah.
Were you trying to ledge jump there?
I think what you mean when I just did the random Valor swing?
When you walked off the ledge and attacked.
Oh, maybe. Let me look.
The Valor swing is when you put your weapon away and want to run immediately because it's an attack out of Valor stance. I know that
Okay.
one. But like in this situation, when you walk off the ledge and then do an attack, it kind of looks to me like you're trying to do an aerial attack, and your character isn't jumping.
Oh yeah.
Is that what happened?
It probably was, and then I was like,
Because the only way to do a ledge jump there is to roll against the ledge. Then you jump
Okay.
off. If you roll against it, you jump off, you can do an aerial. That's really, really, really useful.
yeah, I think I was
I would
trying to
try
get it
getting that
over
into
to the
my routine.
ledge. Yeah, I'm really trying to mount it right now, I guess.
Yeah,
Which I
and there
did.
you put your weapon away, right?
And
You don't
yeah.
have to do that. In that situation, it was actually good because there was a lot of range,
Yeah.
distance between you and the ledge. But generally, if you're like close to it, just roll against it.
Right.
You also at half HP. You should have healed that before. It's fine. It worked out, but you know you want to be safe.
Yeah.
I teach safety here,
I can't remember.
not like perfect DPS bullshit.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think I succeeded on this one. I can't remember, but I feel like I didn't. Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, I think you'll do it.
Well, maybe I did.
I don't see why not.
Uh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's why not. Yeah, so that's the thing. Some monsters have these weird patterns when riding that make it really difficult,
Right.
which is intentional to make it difficult, right? And there's like a thing in the game where you're supposed to learn the patterns, essentially.
I should have known better than
Um,
that.
and the thing is, this kind of monster riding is the hardest monster riding in any Monster Hunter game.
Mm-hmm.
The one in four for Ultimate and Gen Ultimate is kind of the same, right? And this one is really difficult. I think it's easier in 4U, but I'm not sure about that.
Hmm.
In the modern games, monster riding is piss easy. Like it is really, really
Really?
hard to fail riding in the modern games, even if you don't know what you're doing.
Hmm.
You don't even have to hold R anymore.
Oh.
That's still a mechanic, but just you don't have to use it.
Huh.
This is so dumb. Anyway, go back a little bit. I want you to pay attention to a few things you're doing wrong there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing was it was literally tired, and I went up to attack it, and I just went right from the front, which wasn't gonna work anyway.
Stamina here again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this we learned doesn't work. You can't hit the thingies, the claws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Front is technically fine. You're walking into the
I
poison.
know. I didn't realize that at first, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm
Also,
walking
you,
through
you
the
watch
poison."
the monster leave to your left, and you decide to take the other exit. Why is that? I would
don't know.
love to hear.
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I didn't see it, to be honest.
You had it on screen. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
I
Go
don't
back.
know.
Go back. Go
Yeah.
back.
Huh?
Go back. You see it walking, and then it leaves,
Yeah.
and you're just looking around like Pikachu
I
facing
don't
us.
know.
And you walk through the poison. Okay, so this is something you kind of just gotta learn, that there's sometimes spots where you don't want to be, or there's
Yeah.
something spots you can interact with.
I don't
That is
think.
not a given to just know this. So
Mm-hmm.
the trial and error learning is perfectly fine. Yeah. When it's tired, attacking is correct. From the front was not great. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to say.
Right. Cause I remember I came in
And
here and
he's
I was
going
like,
back.
"Oh
Okay.
shit!" I was like, I went the wrong way.
I'm not sure about this map layout, but it looks a lot like you could have just taken the exit and would have arrived there anyway. No, not again.
Yeah.
Well,
Let
a
me
fun
jump in the
thing
poison
you can
again.
see in those situations, if you want to go back a little bit, if you jump off a ledge or you
Mow.
walk up a ledge, you want to go back?
Oh yeah.
If you jump off a
Maybe.
ledge or you walk off a ledge, look at your... Okay,
Oh
that is...
god. Oh
Where are we
god.
right now? You went forward.
Oh,
Okay.
I
Look at your
it's an
stamina
accident.
bar. Look at your stamina bar when you interact with the ledges there. Because it's really, really useful.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Both actions restore your stamina, which makes absolutely jack shit sense. But it is the way it is, right?
Right.
And that is really useful because you can play around that fact and regen stamina for actions, right? So you're able to dodge or something. I use that a lot, actually. But yeah, let's continue.
Is that a burned husk?
Yeah, it is. Those will never stop spawning, by the way.
Yeah, I picked some up a little bit back when I was in another map, and I was like, what?
Even after you killed the responsible monster, they will not stop spawning. You're going to fall asleep. What can you do about this?
Die. I don't know.
What can you actually do about
I
this?
don't know, actually.
So how does the sleep mechanic work? Explain it to me. I'll just pause when we're talking.
I mean, you get hit by it, and then you start slowing down, and then you fall on the ground, and you can't move.
And then what?
I don't know. Can you shake yourself out of it?
No.
No?
But what happens if you're like lying there defenseless? What happens?
I mean, you're
Simple answer.
Probably gonna get hit.
And then what happens? Once you get hit,
You wake up.
you wake up. That's the important part. So the counter to sleep is getting hit. In multiplayer, that means if somebody's gonna fall asleep, just hit them, and they won't fall asleep. And if they have already fallen asleep, you can still hit them.
Okay.
This also works on stun, by the way. So what you can do about this is you can look for hits that are less deadly than a large monster hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the more obvious ones are like small monsters. You can run into a small monster and can hope that it attacks you. There's a conchu to your left over Steward right now, and that could hit you. Your own Palico could hit you out of it,
Right.
that kind of stuff, right? Another more advanced thing is if you know the monster you're fighting, if it walks, staggers you, right? Sometimes if a monster walks past you, they kind of stagger you, right? Have you ever had that? Like still, these are like
Yeah,
marginal
yeah.
damage, and you like flinch a little bit.
Yeah.
That wakes you up too.
Okay.
So sometimes you can intentionally walk into the monster to get hit by those things to then not die. That's a little advanced, but just so that you have that in mind.
Right.
Yeah, what do you do from here before you continue? What is the correct thing to do here?
While I'm asleep.
No, you already got hit
Oh.
at this point. You're
Uh,
laying on the ground, you're about to get up.
you need to figure out where it's at and face towards the monster.
Correct. That's number one. What is next?
Yeah. Make sure I'm healed because I don't have any health.
And in order to do that, what do you have to do?
I have to make sure that I wait for an opening.
Yes. You
Yeah.
gotta understand what it's doing in order to get an opening. That is 100% correct. Let us continue.
Okay.
Perfect. That is exactly what you did. Wonderful. And you didn't forget it either.
Yeah.
No, you even restored some stamina because you jumped off a ledge. Nice. Did it just shoot the conchu, or did it just look like that? It was weird. I've never seen it shoot a conchu. So same thing applies here with one extra step. What is the extra step in that situation after you got hit?
The extra step?
Yeah. So we just had it, you got hit, you were on the ground, you wanted to get up and heal. There's things you need to consider. In this situation, one thing was different, and it slightly changes what you have to do. Or it adds an extra step. That's the best way to put it.
Right.
If you don't remember the situation, feel free to go back and look at it again.
You said after what happened? After I got hit?
Yeah, so even further back. So right there's one big difference.
I'm not sure.
It's your weapon. Get a weapon out.
Yeah.
So that just makes it more dangerous, right?
Right.
Because now you don't only have to wait for an opening to heal, you gotta wait for an opening to put your weapon away. And especially in Valor, it just takes longer, right?
Right.
So it can be scarier. A good opportunity, if you're gonna be aggressive, is to use the Valor stance to block something that it does.
Right.
Then your weapon is away anyway, and then you can heal. But that is aggressive. Like, if you fail that, you might die. Otherwise, you just, do the regular thing. Put the weapon away, then look for a second opportunity to then heal if the first opportunity wasn't long enough, which it usually isn't. But sometimes it can be.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. A lot of blinky things on the ground.
I
Kind of want them. Probably just Wyvern there. You're hiding behind a pillar. This can actually work.
Right.
In most games, against most attacks. In World, there's a single monster that can just use its fire breath, throw the ground, and throw any obstacle. And you don't know why. There's no collision detection. And it makes no sense. And it killed me in no armor. Twice.
Jesus.
Fuck that shit. Like, I was behind a pillar, it fires through it. And it's... Okay, whatever. The first time I didn't know any better. The second time I forgot. The third time I actually didn't get hit. Yeah. So this could be a point where you could go back and collect it if you need it or if you're close enough. Yeah. Also, your stamina just dropped when I started talking about the supply thing, which is not like a big deal. You just want to be aware, right? And you want to notice when that happens, because it means you
Uh,
have less stamina, obviously.
yeah,
There's not a lot to analyze here, you just got hit happens.
yeah. My health, though.
Yeah, but you're doing the correct thing. The only thing you're not doing correctly there is recognizing that it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
You should have healed there, is what I'm trying to say, right? It was kind of dangling there, and you've reacted to it correctly before, and now you did it wrong. Which is wild. But that makes sense, right? Because now you were more scared than before.
Yeah.
So you were more unsure when you can heal or not. And it's leaving.
Yeah.
What do you do before you enter the next area?
Hold on. Let me go back. I got changed, so I wasn't paying attention.
So.
Um. Do.
That's a good example why when I have the camera on the monster, you had no idea where it went.
Yeah.
What do you do here? Pause it. Pause it.
I need.
Pause it. Jesus
I
Christ.
need.
You know you can press spacebar, right? It doesn't have to take like 5
guess
seconds.
I could spacebar.
Okay, so what do you do?
I needed to stamina and maybe
Correct.
a little health, maybe a regular
Correct.
potion.
Yeah.
And
So generally,
honestly,
just assess the situation, right?
yeah,
Look at what is going on with all your gauges. There's so much to look at on your screen. Just check everything to like know. Not even technically, not even to check if you have to use something. Like check, for example, on the bottom, your Sakura slash. Just look there and realize, oh, I can use this when I go in.
yeah.
Right? This kind of stuff. Anything else you want to add?
I was gonna say, I almost even could think about sharpening here, right? Because I mean, I feel like it's pretty far in.
That is pretty advanced, but if you have the feeling that you're gonna decrease in sharpness soon anyway, you might as well sharpen. That is entirely correct, yes.
Yeah.
That is really advanced. That is something that like nobody does on your level. Like nobody.
I mean, it just makes me think about it because, I feel like it's just kind of the feeling where I feel like I'm gonna need to sharpen soon because it's already
Yeah.
pretty far into the fight.
Yeah.
And
That's very
especially, I
advanced and I
mean,
like it.
it's especially good to think of it now that I have blue sharpness too, because then you could get back up onto blue.
True.
Yeah.
If you have blue sharpness, which I forgot, I thought you just had green. But if you have blue sharpness, you always want to be on your highest sharpness because, as I mentioned before, more sharpness is more damage, right?
Hi, Demon Tears. Yeah, well, I don't have blue sharpness here, but I mean now, like, in the
Oh,
current
now, yeah.
time, now I got blue, so it's like,
Like with your new weapon, if it's on green, you want to always have it in blue. The same way,
Right.
if this one is in yellow, you're already doing that. You always want it on green, right? The same applies that if you go one higher, then green is suddenly bad, essentially.
Yeah.
Green is still okay. Like mid fight, you don't have to sharpen because it's green. You always have to sharpen because it's yellow, though. You don't want to fight yellow. Yellow sucks.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to add, I'm not sure if you have the mental capacity for it, because it's pretty advanced, but I would like to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's actually really easy to say, but implementing it is advanced. So whenever there's a downtime, which means like you're sharpening, you're healing, well, essentially when you're healing, you kind of want the camera on the monster, right? But when you can't get hit, which is usually when you get hit. So if you get hit and you're like getting up, that takes a while, right? I use the downtime to just turn my camera and look around and see what is around me to assess the situation, which is more important in newer games because there's more stuff in the environment that actually matters. But even in this game, right? Because you can look at, depending on what you're fighting, let's say you're fighting this creature, you could look to your left and then see like a spider web there that you would have ran into otherwise, right? Or you could
Right.
look around, see where your pelicos are. You could see if there's small monsters. You could see if there's anything else coming. There could be another big monster coming. Just assess this situation. Look around you. That is something I do, and it is super, 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 super helpful. I can only recommend using it. It's gonna be hard because you have to actively think about it. But yeah, good luck.
Good
We
luck.
can continue at any time now.
Good luck.
We're gonna talk a lot about this. I like talking.
I just noticed something weird. Is the inside of my mouth white? Hasn't always been like that, has it? What?
I think so.
Hey, I feel like I need to check that. That's strange. Why is it white?
Stop doing that, Jesus Christ.
I'm opening
So-
it. I'm ready for you.
Oh my stone on. Jesus Christ, no.
Okay, alright, anyway.
You know, I don't hear the voice changer.
I know you don't, which makes it even better, right?
Don't say these things. And don't say it either way. But,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I
I don't
will.
know. It just looks like you have teeth. So it doesn't really look that bad because it's kind of small, you know? Stop it! Why do you wiggle when you do these things?
Because
Focus on the game. What can you do better here?
oh god.
What can you improve? Tell me.
I mean, I'm not getting hit underneath it. Oh god. Oh
I
god.
got incredibly lucky there. You should have gotten hit there. Because you didn't pay attention to your stamina again.
Yeah,
Look how that
stamina.
happens every time.
That's a big thing right now, huh?
Yeah, could be because you didn't increase your stamina. Weird how
Yeah.
that goes, huh?
Damn. And being aggressive.
Yeah, but you can be with the stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Stuart got you out of it.
Thanks, Stuart.
This is what I meant with like sleeping. That's the same principle. The cat will try to hit you sometimes. Sometimes it will sit down next to you and then take a nap. That happens too. Yeah.
Delicious. No,
Yeah,
that
so
wasn't-
the
that was
the
an
idea here was
amazing timing.
correct. The idea here was correct. Whether you were looking for timing wrecked, you can. You were
Right.
looking for an opportunity, right? Issue is that well done steak just takes ages to consume. Because of the fucking belly slap animation after it. It just takes so long. It is ridiculous.
Right.
So it's just a different timing. You gotta get used to it. But
And
the
it's
idea was
fast.
correct.
Fast spider.
Yeah, that's not the reason to do it out of the area, right? Because it takes ages.
Mhm. And I need to heal.
Yeah. Let's see if you notice. You're very close to your Valor stance, which is good because you don't want to be in Valor stance. Because you're on low HP, right?
Damn.
Now you want to be in Valor stance because you can punish it. Okay, you should have done that earlier. Because now you're wasting time, you could have Valor stance moved instead.
So
But
I-
that's
I
fine. Let's
think-
see if you count anything.
I think I was just thinking it's really hard to hit that with Sakura Slash because it moves so much.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know. Oh boy.
No, I get that.
Now I need to sharpen.
You're sleeping
Oh
again.
no. Oh no.
That might be a feint.
Oh god. Yeah.
Yep, that is a feint.
First
It's exactly the situation I mean where you get so low that the poison
Yeah.
just straight up kills you before you can do anything. So what could you have done better there? Not getting hit is
Um,
not an answer.
Yeah. Well, damn. I mean, I was about to fall asleep too, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before that, what could you have done better before that? Before you get hit?
Let me go back to it again. Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Yeah, so there you got sleeped.
Okay.
And at that point, before that point, what could you have done? Even there, you could have already done something.
Mm-hmm. Could have healed.
Nice blue square on the screen. Exactly. So before you got hit by the first thing, you could have just potioned and would have been on nearly full HP. And then you wouldn't have died to this. And that's exactly what I mean, right? Like
Insta-death.
these situations will happen because you didn't heal that small portion that you lost. You should
Right.
always heal to full. And even after you got hit that first time that didn't put you to sleep, you could have then went out of the way and healed. You didn't do that either. You kept fighting. And you got slapped, and you got hit, and you died. This is why you stay on full HP.
Yeah.
That's the thing with this game, though. It gives you so much armor that you don't technically have to always be at full HP, but there's never a reason to not, right? So just be on full HP. Unless the healing would do more than you have lost on HP, use the healing.
Yeah, I guess maybe my thought of it, which I probably shouldn't think this way, but I guess it's like maybe I don't want to waste all my mega potions or something like that. So I
Yeah,
try to
that's
hold off a
nonsensical.
little.
Because
Yeah,
realistically, you're gonna use them anyway.
right.
And if you get to a point where you don't have any, that would have happened anyway. Or actually, it wouldn't have happened because you would have just died instead.
Yeah.
So there's no point. Also, dying sucks. Because for one, you could actually use the quest and have to restart, but also you just lose money. Ooh, flamingo PNGs.
Kawaii.
I love that in these games, they're like small critters, even like fish or like things on the ground, like turtles, are just PNGs or like GIFs or something.
Right.
It's really funny. It missed.
Yeah.
Which honestly, if that happens to me, I will take a mental note that when that attack happens, I'm just gonna go into it and attack it because it's probably not gonna hit me.
Right.
Which again is pretty advanced. Making these mental notes and actually acting upon them is really hard if you're already focusing on everything else that's going on, which is a lot. And it will only increase in the
Oh,
future.
God.
Sleep move again.
I think
That
I
move
got
is
hit,
pretty hard to
so-
recognize. Yeah, I think the cat hit you out. Which is exactly what I was talking about earlier.
Right.
Cats are your savior. All hail the cats. Back in Egypt. Yeah, even if you're like in Valor stance, still turn your cam to the
He
monster.
stole the cat
Otherwise,
again.
you don't know where it is. He stole it. Okay,
Yeah.
good way to put it. Your gauge is full. You should use it. Why am I saying it? Because you didn't say it. You should
The
say things
gauge.
when you notice them.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it.
Oh God.
What happened there?
I kind of just turned around and didn't really.
You can just stood there, yeah.
Yeah.
This has happened a couple of times, and I'm not sure if it's a lack of control over your character or if
Yeah.
it's something else. Like it could be that you're not 100% sure what to input to achieve what you want, or it could be that you're overwhelmed with the situation and you don't know what to do. It's one or the other. Those two I could imagine.
Yeah, I know sometimes it's like a miss hit too. Like I'll hit the wrong button or something.
I mean, in that case, you hit no button. So that's a
Yeah.
weird thing, right? You did nothing. You stood there. So it could be that you're overwhelmed and you didn't react in like that second and you got hit because of it. Or it could be that you tried to do something and it didn't do anything,
Yeah.
right? Like like I say, you pressed attack, but your weapon wasn't out. That's a very plump one, but you know, that kind of thing.
Oh God.
You got healed there by your cat. Pretty good. I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
the benefit of the doubt and assume that you knew that you were gonna heal, and that's why you didn't heal.
God, that was like a couple unlucky strikes because I hit it like twice in a row, but it was sort of like not super on purpose. Did you see that? It was like twice in a row. I- That just happened to hit the claws on the front.
That's happened before as well.
Yeah.
There's a way to avoid this.
Yeah.
It's harder when it's turning. But like when you know where it's gonna face, just attack further to the other side, right? Further towards its abdomen. So that if it moves, there's a lower chance that you hit its claws. But again, it's pretty advanced as well. Don't have to worry too much about that. Bouncing sometimes is not too bad. It just sucks when you're intentionally hitting something and then you bounce and you knew
Oh.
better. That is good. How do you punish this?
Attack it.
Barely is the answer. No. You're just getting your regular hits in order
I
to
didn't
get the
have a
spirit
whole
slash
lot of
unlocked.
anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what you do. You just get your spirits, you get your regular slashes in to raise your spirit gauge. The other
Yeah.
thing you could do is use your Valor attacks. One thing I have not seen you use a single time is the Valor Fate Slash. So that's Valor stance and then both attack buttons, which is X and A.
It's just, is it just to the sides though, or?
It's in any direction, except
Okay.
forward. I believe that gives you the most gauge. I don't know this, but if I remember correctly, it might give you the most gauge. That was terrifying. Lost a lot of HP despite that being a Valor stand. Because it's 80% reduction, right? And even just 20% of that is still...
Demon Tears. Always bringing up fun topics like Bochi the Rock. It sounds like a playful reference to Bochi the cat, known for his rock-solid
I still think you're
personality
too
and
long in the
charm.
Valor stance there.
Cats truly have a way of
You
leaving
already
lasting
saw that it's not going to
impressions,
move
even
towards
in
you, it
rocky
just keeps
situations.
standing there, right?
Let's
This is a
continue to
thing you gotta
celebrate
get
the
used to
feel
again.
and spirit in all its meowvelous
Tripped.
works.
Get it?
Yeah.
You get a Sacro Slash. You
Yeah.
realized, but you did it a little
Nice.
too late. But yeah, you did realize.
Who's Bochi the cat? I don't know what my cat ghost is talking about.
You did say that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my point is you could have just Sacro Slash immediately because you do back hop anyway, and then you would have hit it. You didn't need to reposition there. But that's another thing you need to get used to. You're not picking on the shiny things, which I despise. You are healing this time.
Like, get all the shiny things. How
I
dare
mean, yeah,
you?
it is monster drops, right? So
Yeah.
every time you take a shiny thing, that is another chance that you don't have to kill it again.
Right. Well,
You walked up there before. You know how to go up there.
yeah, I think I forgot. I was
actually,
gonna go in
9
the
doesn't even
poison
have
again.
another exit. Oh, interesting. What is the point of 9 then? Okay.
And there is no point. It's just to make you fucking go the wrong place.
Oh yeah, one
Wait.
thing I wanted to mention earlier. When you respawn generally, you back on neutral, right? Like your HP is back on neutral and your stamina is
Yeah.
back on neutral. And in these cases, you need 2 stamina. And then you started using a raw steak and then a ration. So that was a little weird. Why not just use 2 rations? But yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's just a thing I noticed.
Damn.
There's an argument to keep rations, because rations you could use mid-battle. Because they're faster, right? But I don't believe in this.
That was weird.
Why did you get hit?
You mean the last hit? I was webbed. Look at that. Delicious.
That was not the last hit, though.
It wasn't.
Nope. Let's play that out again. Get webbed here because you weren't prepared. Then you get hit. And then...
I get hit because I wasn't looking at it.
Exactly! Keep the
Yeah.
camera on the monster. And be ready. And also, I
Yeah.
don't think you were sprinting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though, because you might have just regened immediately again. There's no reason to not be sprinting. There's actually
Yeah.
a girl that plays World No Armor, and she just doesn't sprint usually, and it's just so weird.
That's weird.
Because you can't do Superman dive if you don't sprint, right? So sometimes she
Right.
just reacts and then runs and press the dodge
Yeah.
button, and sometimes she just gets a roll of dice because of it. And I'm
That
like, you
wasn't
need to
great timing.
sprint more. But yeah. You usually sprint, so there's not a lot to add there.
I just
Yeah,
got
that wasn't good
tackled.
timing. And this is the kind of panic reaction moment where you could easily just get hit again. Like you get up, you get hit by the next move.
Right.
This is the most common way to die. Like you get hit, and when you get up, you panic and get hit by the next move and you die. In that case, you rolled out, which was
Oh,
the correct
God.
thing to do. Could be your death. I think you're fine though. Yeah, took too long.
God.
That, yeah, Superman dive would have saved you there. I'm not sure if you tried to and you just didn't get it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it would have saved you.
Oh god. It walks
poison
into the
again.
poison.
No, this is the thing that can happen though. If your camera is on the monster and you're walking
Right.
backwards, you could run into such a thing. Which again is why I like to assess the situation where I am and where shit is, right? So if I know this area and I know there's a poison thing there, and I know roughly where I am, I know that it's behind me. So I know not to walk into it. But that's a thing
Yeah.
you'll have to get used to.
I think I remember this part because I remember I kept trying to heal and then I kept getting hit again and I was like, oh my god.
What do you do about that?
It makes sure that you're healing in the good
Just keep attacking
spot.
instead, and then
Yeah.
get...
Yeah.
That could have easily been your death.
My
Easily.
cat healed me, I think.
Yeah. Nice. You could also just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna Vela sense everything now and not die.
Yeah.
You could also do that.
Oh,
It's not very safe though. That is not a real topple, that's just a flinch. So if you overcommit there, you get hit just like that. Why did it do it twice?
yeah,
Oh, well.
that was weird.
We take it though. Oh, you hit the counter on accident. Stab. It's leaving. Pause, 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 pause,
Pause.
pause, pause, pause. Jesus Christ. What do you do? Assess the situation. What do you
Okay.
do?
I need the stamina and a little bit of health, and I need to sharpen.
What do you mean by you need stamina?
I need. Oh no, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay.
I just need a little bit of health. I need to sharpen. I don't know why I was thinking that.
What else is there to consider?
What else?
Name
Well-
everything you could think of.
Well, I still have my Valor on, so like, I don't want to
Correct?
fuck around too much.
Correct. What else?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know what else. Is there more?
There's a lot
Please
on
more?
the screen
Oh,
that gives you information.
I need to
Even
have
if
a
it
good. I
seems
need to have
minor.
a good item on, because there's
Mhm.
nothing.
Exactly. You have nothing in your item slot. This is something you can do while walking into the thing. You don't have to like stand and wait
Right.
for that, obviously. But yeah, what else? What else is there to look at and to analyze?
I'm pretty close to getting Sakura Slash.
Exactly. More. There's 3 more
Um,
things.
Three
Well, technically
more
4, but the
things.
4th one doesn't really matter.
My Valor bar is almost full.
We had that
And-
one.
Yeah. And
Same principle applies to the spirit gauge bar too, by the way. This one decreases as well. So 2 reasons to go in fast. But yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
That's what I meant was the spirit gauge. I don't know why I said Valor.
Both
Yeah.
apply though. Valor gauge also decreases if it's red. If
Yeah.
it's blue, it doesn't decrease, but if it's red, it decreases. Okay, still 3 things.
3 things.
Or let's say
Well-
2. It's 2.5, but 2 will be fine.
What's the icon next to me?
The icon next to you.
The blue
Oh, that one.
shield thingy.
That's defense up.
Okay.
It's not too interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. What else?
I mean, I'm just generally asking about what info do you have on screen? Not even what do you take from it, just what is on screen.
I mean, I feel like I named everything. I mean, I have the map.
That is one thing. That is the point 5. You have a map. In this case, it doesn't really do a lot. The point is just that you know there is a map, and in some cases, you want to look at it. Like, you
know
could look
it's-
at the map, look where the monster went. You could look for different things. You could look for
Yeah.
exits, for other stuff. There's
I know
reasons to
that
look at the
it's-
map.
It's going to 2.
Yeah. Which can be helpful. Because if you look on the map, you might remember, oh, that's that area, because you looked at it, you know? Or you could be
Yeah.
like, this area leads to that area. You could prepare for
With
these things. It's a little
with
too
the
advanced,
upper
but just
area
being
thing.
aware that there is a map and you can look at it is very good. You wanted to say something?
No, I was just saying, I know that's one of the areas that has the upper level thing.
Yeah. One thing that I did not expect you to mention is the thing above the map, where it says div area.
Oh.
In 90% of cases, this will not be interesting, but should there be a monster, despite there not being a monster in the area, that a new monster entered your area, you should be careful. That is something that you could pay attention to. You could also hear them, though. But, you know, just so you know, that thing in the top right corner can be helpful for that. Usually it is not. This is not what I was looking for. There's two more. Two more things that are plainly obvious on your screen. Just gotta find them.
I thought I mentioned everything.
The cats. What about the cats?
The cats?
Yeah, there's info on the cats.
I mean,
Now, one info is that your steward is aggressive, which could be a
Yeah.
good reason to go into the map because he's
Aggressive.
gonna deal a lot of damage. But that's not too important. More
Piki
important
has
is
like
that
half health.
yeah, and also the symbol next to Picky means that it's currently not here.
Oh,
And that's a little more important because if you play around aggro, right? So like if both of you guys are dead, for example, that is a good reason not to go in immediately and just wait a little bit for if like one is close to respawning, just wait for them to respawn so you
Yeah.
don't get all the aggro from the monster. That is something I need to do in my no feint constantly because if I faint, I restart the quest. So I don't want to faint. And yeah, that little symbol with the X above the cat head, that is something you can read, and that is good information, right? And also the health bar obviously tells you when roughly it's gonna be back out. And the last thing is the timer. Also a pretty obvious one. The timer can be a good reason to hurry or to not hurry. In this case, you don't have to hurry because of the timer.
yeah.
But I'm not saying you should have looked at it there, but you should generally have those things in mind and look at them, right? Cool. And this is what I
Okay.
mean by assess the situation. You have nothing better to do while you're walking into that thing than to assess what is around you. And the best thing you have here is your HUD. So just go over everything on your HUD,
Yeah.
analyze it. What does it mean? Do all of that while walking in. Pretty advanced, but we're getting to the more advanced shit anyway. I didn't change my stream title. Fuck.
Yeah.
Not
Strawberry
that it matters,
muncher.
because nobody's here anyway.
I'm here.
You're not.
I'm not.
You're not in my chat.
Eh,
You're not
yeah.
even looking at my screen. Okay, continue at your pace.
Okay.
Don't forget to pause whenever there's anything.
I'm like, paintball, that's all that matters.
You miss a lot there.
Oh my god.
Well, actually not a lot. It's just
I'm
healing
wild
and
for that.
sharpening. Most importantly, sharpening.
Yeah.
Paintball is important though. That is one thing I didn't really mention. But yeah, if you see on the... why is the map important? Because you see it's not paintball anymore. So you paintball. That is actually really good. But you lost like all of your valor by just walking around there. Which is kind of not your fault, because it was kind of just up there, right? But yeah, this is like the reason why you want to go in. Because you don't want to lose all your valor. In the end, it doesn't really matter.
I just smacked that monkey.
Crazy.
Oh. Oh god.
See that? You're moving your camera. That doesn't do anything. Why are you attacking? Look at your HP. What are you doing?
I'm being wild. Dan. Sad.
Very wild. That was
Very
so
sad
avoidable. You
times.
just refused to heal. Like, that was so avoidable. There was no reason to die there. And again, if you're respawning, Time to assess the situation, especially in this animation. You got a lot of time.
Yeah.
What did you assess in the time that you spawned there?
Need to sharpen and get stamina. I almost couldn't think of the word for some reason.
I didn't sharpen.
Oh my god. Why am I not sharpening?
Because you're not noticing. And it's hard. And that's why I say use these downtimes where you can't do anything to assess the situation, because it's hard to
Okay.
keep everything in mind that's going on.
I was
There's a
all
lot.
excited. I was like, I have Sakura Slash. Let's go.
You do. It's not gonna run away. Picky is almost dead, which is another thing that I assessed that you might want to pay attention
Right.
to just have these things in mind. Picky's gonna die soon, which means you're gonna have aggro split between two of you, which makes the fight a little harder.
Right.
So something to keep in mind. Not too important, but it does help. Picky avoided it. Nice. Good job. Didn't think it would, because it's so
I
aggro.
can't believe I'm going this long without sharpening.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, you don't have any damage reduction from... Well, you do. You lose like 5% damage because you're not on
And I'm
green.
bouncing all the time.
But yeah, that is the bigger deal. Bouncing.
Yeah.
Okay. You turned the camera there because you were running against the wall. Perfectly understandable. But why are you still facing this way?
Right.
Like you already
Okay.
locked in. You know where you're going. You don't have to look at the exit in order to hit it.
Bye, Scotty.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay.
That's an annoying thing about the older
Oh yeah,
games.
and he followed me.
That is not a thing in the new games. Like in the new games, you can just enter a different area, just get out of range and whetstone for free.
Yeah.
And these ones, the small ones, will harass you.
It's
Now we're
annoying.
at a situation where both of your cats are dead, and you're gonna be the only one fighting the monster.
Right.
Again, this is something I just realized by just constantly like scanning the screen. Right. The monster decided to eat there. You can decide to attack it a little earlier there. You can also just go for the mount damage. That is
Wow, how
perfectly
did he
your choice.
miss me?
He does that constantly. And again, this is why in this for this specific move, I would just start running into it whenever it does it, because it's not gonna hit anyway.
Right.
Right?
I definitely thought I was going off the ledge right there.
On that one. Yeah. That's why I say just roll.
Right.
Okay, this time at least you canceled before you ran out of stamina. That's already a lot better. But still, don't just stand there for like 10 minutes until your stamina ran out. There's no reason. And again, there you stood still again. Which is a thing your character has to do. But you can avoid that by just not letting your stamina get that low. But if
Yeah.
your stamina does get that low, where you gotta get into that animation where you're kind of walking around like you're drunk, right? And you stop that, your character will briefly just stop in place. That you can't avoid. What you can avoid is then continuously staying in place. That you don't have to do.
Right.
Also, you can completely avoid that animation by drawing your weapon or rolling. But rolling might be too late at that point. Can you roll when you're in that animation? I'm actually not sure, because I'm never in that animation, because I actually manage my stamina. I actually don't know. I do not know if you can roll if you're in that animation. But if you can, it will cancel the stopping animation. And the stopping animation is pretty bad. Also, if you keep running and you're completely out of stamina, and then you stop, then you get that heavy breathing animation. The same one
Yeah.
if your stamina runs out in Valor, right? You can avoid that also by drawing your weapon.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you know if you let go, you're gonna have that animation. Just draw your weapon instead, and you're not gonna have the animation, and it's
Okay.
safer than having the animation, because the animation takes longer than drawing your weapon, and then rolling or whatever you're doing, walking. Yeah, that's not gonna be relevant, probably for a long time, and you might never use it. But
If
if it becomes relevant,
I
it's gonna be
Valor
really good.
stance against that and he failed.
Yep.
You couldn't
You Valor
shoot
some 3
anything.
times and it didn't hit you. Happens.
Oh god.
Long. Not a lot you can do here, but you could have gone for more Valor moves to get your thing earlier. Which actually might have been a negative thing, maybe? It didn't really matter. Yeah, that's exactly what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Don't stand there for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I walked in the poison again.
Yep.
And just
I think this is why I
just
started
swimming around
paying...
in it.
I think this is about when I started paying full attention
Yeah.
to the hunt. It might not be that situation, I'm not sure. At some point you walked into the poison and I laughed about it. I remember that vividly, and then I started paying full attention.
Damn.
But I don't know when that was. What are you doing?
Walking around. Oh, you know, just hanging around.
It was kind of a waste of a potion, and since you're so low on potions, I would have just used a herb there. Because you did lose a little bit of healing.
Yeah.
Which is usually not a big deal, but this is your last potion, so it's kind of a big deal.
Right.
And you're still in Valor, so you want to be aggressive. Which makes a lot more sense now that you know you have a counter in Valor, right? So it becomes a lot more obvious why you want to be more
Superman
aggressive
died.
when your Valor stance is online. And also you have your Fate Slash now, your regular Fate Slash, so you can just play a lot more aggressive. Because you can jump around and you can combo your Spirit Slash and shit like that, which you can't do otherwise. So, yeah. More defensive out of Valor, and in Valor, more aggressive. Now that you know how to use it. Better than before.
Thanks, Cat.
It was better stamina management. You essentially stopped running immediately as soon as the tumble animation happened.
Yeah, I was like, I think I was being a little more focused here because I was like really trying to make sure that I don't die because I know it's my last chance.
That tends to happen. And that is something you can absolutely play around.
I hate that. I remember that I was so mad because I was like trying to get the aerial attack and it was like just short.
Yeah. That happens a lot in the older games.
And then I think
It was really hard to hit aerials.
I think I do mount him one more time and I succeed that time.
Now, pause it real quick.
Yeah.
So I told you earlier how if you roll against the ledge, you also jump, right?
Yeah.
That is particularly good because you can do it with your weapon out. Why is that so important? Because if you R1 mid-air, you do a Spirit Slash mid-air. And that just has a much higher chance of hitting your target.
Right.
Right? Because you can't stir left or right mid-air. So you might as well go for the big hitting move, right? And if you have Spirit Gauge, it will actually do the double slash mid-air, which is even better because it's double the mounting damage. I don't know if it's double the mounting damage, but it's more mounting damage. So that's why rolling against, like weapon out, rolling against, and then pressing R is so good. Specifically for this weapon. Cool, continue. Both of you guys are close to dying, by the way.
Damn.
Which is very important, because now it's even more important if you're tanking both of them alone. Actually, both of them are dead. Or did they just leave? Either way, they're gone now. So that means you're the only one taking aggro right now.
Yeah.
Which means you're a lot more likely to get hit. Which means you might not want to fight here, or you might want to fight more carefully. I'm not sure you even noticed that your cats are gone. You might have, I don't know.
There's one.
He's back. Yeah, they're a lot faster than Chacha and Kayamba in 3 Ultimate. I kind of want you to at some point experience the dread that is 3 Ultimate's underwater combat.
Oh god.
But at the same time, I don't want to do it to you.
I know you were
It is
telling
like
me how
really
bad it
cool.
was.
It is really cool in its principle, and it can feel really cool. It just feels really unfair because the monsters underwater get faster and better, and you know,
Right.
and you get slower, sluggisher. You don't have iframes on your dodge anymore, and it's a really short dodge, and it has a lot. It has a lot of end lag. So you dodge, and then you're still there for like almost a full second, just waiting for the dodge to run
There
out.
it is.
Yeah. Now this is not optimal for you because you have less stamina, so it's harder, obviously. But we'll see how it goes. I think this one you just kind of pushed through, which is
Yeah.
the correct choice. It was close, but it can absolutely be the correct choice, and it can be safer than doing it otherwise. Okay, I was just gonna say that you have that ready, but you got it.
Yeah. I think I noticed too, because I was just like, I need to get it up.
Being very aggressive here, considering you have no healing left.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it was kind of a balance of me being like, I really need to not die, but also I was like, I really need to just finish it off because I can't remember if it's soon or if it already happened. I remember it was like 10 minutes or something, and I was like, oh god,
That hasn't happened yet, and it has also not limped.
yeah,
So there's not really indication for you to think you have to finish it soon. Except for, 15-minute timer is still pretty short. But yeah, you don't have to play super aggressive here. The chance of you dying to it is higher than the chance of running out of time. That was close.
right,
I fully expected the old games to have like a not that accurate hitbox, not gonna lie. Some moves in Monster Hunter have an insanely good hitbox, and then some of them are just dog shit, even in the modern games. But in modern games, it tends to be more really good hitboxes and less dog shit hitboxes. And I feel like the ones that are dog shit are intentionally dog shit. These are like really bad. Like imagine
Yeah.
the entire monster, imagine this monster had like one big square around all of its legs, and that's the hitbox.
right.
This is, some of the modern monsters have that. Like
Damn.
one or two, not a lot of them at all. But they exist, and that has to be intentional. So the big issue with hitboxes, this was a limp by the way, I think, and the big issue with hitboxes is that it is a lot harder to get a game to have good performance, right? So that it
Yeah.
runs well, if you use accurate hitboxes.
I was like, I have
Because
to eat some plants.
it is a lot more taxing for a computer to calculate a billion circles than it is to calculate a few
Right.
squares.
Oh yeah, this
right?
is where I do the bombs.
Yeah. So this could be a little further back, but that's totally fine. This is a little too far.
Oh,
Might not even hit anymore. It might still, I'm not sure. I would place it closer. This is more than far away enough. Apparently the first one did not hit,
okay.
which you can see from the particles. Unfortunate, but you learn from it. Place the big barrels a little bit closer, and then the small barrels a little bit further away, and you did it perfectly. You already did it better than pretty much every casual player would have done it, because they would have just placed the small barrel bomb inside of it,
Yeah.
and then the double damage would have been the small barrel bomb, it would be like 40 damage, which is about the same damage that your Spirit Slash does. So, yeah. Not great. The big barrel bombs deal 150 damage, I think.
Okay.
Is it 150? I think it's 150, and the mega barrels deal like 200, I believe. I may be wrong with those. It may be
Yeah, there it is.
200 and 250. I'm sure. I think it's 150 and 200, but I'm
Yeah.
unsure.
There was the 10-minute timer.
That matters too much. Yeah. 10-minute timer. When it already limped, no reason for you to believe that you can't kill it in that time.
Yeah.
So, no reason to play aggressive. Let's see what you do. Did it already type at that point?
Did I what?
Did it type at that point already?
What do you mean? Oh god.
In chat?
No, I don't think so. I think you typed after I died.
Oh, yeah, that's the first message I sent, right?
Yeah.
Go back.
Go back.
Yeah. We need to analyze what went wrong there. And I don't mean this.
Oh, you
I
don't
mean
mean
everything after it.
that? Okay.
So this is just you overcommitted, you got hit. Not a lot to
Yeah.
analyze there. But now. So you're looking for something that you didn't have ready, that you should have had ready, and now...
Oh god, yeah, this is why I really freaked out, I think, because here, it was already bad, and then I got stunned, and I was just like, why is
trembled.
everything happening all at once?
I can tell you why, but maybe you can tell yourself why if you go
I
back
should- I
again
should
and look
have
at the
healed.
situation.
Well, that's the thing,
yeah.
I didn't have anything to heal except for herbs.
Yeah, that's not what I'm criticizing at all. Go back.
Okay.
To when you get hit. Exactly when you get hit. So from this point on, what are you
Yeah.
doing wrong?
I didn't put my weapon away.
You shouldn't have. You would have died if you did that.
I could have Valor stance to try to, like, dodge out of
Oh.
it and then run.
That might have worked.
Probably, maybe would have been better.
Maybe. That is certainly an option. You did a
Yeah.
good roll there in the beginning, but after that roll, you did something really weird. Which makes a lot of sense because you were panicking, right? But... yeah, go a little bit further. Just after you dodge.
Yeah.
Right there. What
Mm,
did you do there?
I mean, I just kept running with my weapon out.
What can you currently see on screen? Or more importantly, what can you currently not see on screen?
Uh,
If you want to
the
go back exactly to after the roll,
cats
and then
are
pause. Pause exactly after the roll. Cats are gone, that is correct, not
Okay.
what I was referring to. So pause exactly after the roll.
gone. Hello, Marco. Just keep dodging.
Yeah, I mean, there's some truth to that. I can talk about that shortly.
Right
So,
after the roll.
a little bit further, like 1 second.
I could have rolled again.
Do you
huh?
see problem here?
Oh, I didn't have any items up, did I?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No?
You're looking for your items right now. It is way more obvious. The monster is not in your vision.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why you died, because you didn't see its attacking you. You can even see the shadow of the claw
Yeah,
going up in the
that's true.
to your right. And if you had seen that, you probably would have rolled it. But you can't see it.
Right.
So what happens is you get hit. You can play again. Because you didn't see it. And now you're
Right.
confused. Now you gotta mash the left stick, and I can see you mashing your right stick. But that's fine. Now you panic it because it's your last life. You're poisoned, you're super low, and you gotta do something. You gotta use the antidote. And the decision to use it here is actually not incorrect. But it was a little too late.
Yeah, because I guess
But
my thought, I was just like, if I don't use the antidote to take the poison away, it's gonna kill me. But of course,
It
you know.
wouldn't have. It would have taken a little longer. So you had more time to dodge like one more attack. If you like recognize, okay, I can't get it in time, you wait
Yeah.
there and do it at the next one. But what you can also do is you can recognize earlier what move is doing and then press the button. And even if you don't recognize it, you can kind of just gamble because you know if I do this wrong, if I assume I can heal here and I couldn't, I die. But if I
Yeah.
don't heal here, I die anyway. So I gotta hope that this is the correct timing and just do it. And you would have lived. And then you could have moved from there and hoped to not die. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is a panic reaction. This is exactly why we talked about panic reactions earlier. Because if you keep calm in that moment, you can assess the situation and then heal correctly and live.
Right.
The problem is here it was that you were too slow. If you were too fast, it is a lot easier to say, oh, you just should I assess it easier. But you actually waited for it to do something. You were just not fast enough because you couldn't recognize it quickly
Yeah.
enough. And that just, I mean, that's something that just happens if you don't know the monster. This is the first time you fight that monster, so that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It is just unlucky that in this case it was on your last life. So in a sense, that is unlucky because it's the last life. But you absolutely
Right.
deserve dying there. if that makes sense.
Fair enough.
Cool, we did it. Awesome. You
We
get
did
2 honey.
it. I did get honey.
Yeah, great. Full stamina.
Yeah.
You didn't have any way to increase stamina by 1, because you were 1 off maximum, so you couldn't really increase it because you only had steak. But yeah,
Yeah.
very cool, very cool.
Very cool. Switch screen.
How much time do we have?
Not much. That's probably might as well be it for now. We can do like a live one maybe next time.
We could also do something that is like really easy, like a low rank one
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah, we could
Otherwise,
do
we
that.
can also just end it here. That's fine too. Whatever you prefer.
No, what I mean is the bar was full, so she could have kept dodging.
Ah, right. You're talking about spamming dodge. So the issue with spamming dodge in this game is that you have jack shit of iframes, right? So a thing you can do in Dark Souls is you can keep spamming dodge because it changes into itself fairly quickly, and you have iframes, right? So there's a good chance you live by just spamming dodge. People still die because of it, but in Monster Hunter it's way worse. Because your dodge is slower, it is sluggisher, and it has less iframes. So spamming dodge in Monster Hunter is almost never good. And if you're doing it, you're probably doing it because you're panicking. And the correct play in that specific situation where you get hit because you didn't see the monster is you turn towards the monster, you react to the attack and dodge, or you could even react to the attack and Superman dive. Because then nothing can happen to you.
Superman dive. Yeah.
The Superman dive actually has iframes. There's almost 3
Right.
seconds of iframes. So many iframes. So in a situation like this, where you don't have your weapon out and you're running for your life, Superman dive and then go from there is the correct way to go. You can roll it normally. You probably would have gotten out of distance. Kind of hard to tell from the perspective, but there's a good chance you would have just been able to roll out of it. But that too, you only want to do if you can actually see the monster.
Yeah.
If you're just spamming roll, then you're gonna roll and it hits you after the roll. Because you didn't roll correctly or the wrong direction, or rolling was just not correct there. You know, these things can happen. That's why I say always look at the monster. Otherwise, you don't know where the threat is coming from or what threat it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is complex. There's not a lot you can do if you can't see it. You do have a lot more armor now. It doesn't mean you should play less.
Right.
Well,
I was
you
like,
still need to
I
play really well.
waited a very long time to get new armor.
Yeah. You had low rank armor fighting an urgent quest in high rank.
Yeah.
This is not very smart. You wanted to make it harder and you
Hard
just
mode.
barely lost. Unfortunate. But yeah, you're no longer in hard mode, so you can now actually kill this creature. I'm fairly confident you will absolutely kill it.
Yeah.
And I could even imagine you don't even die a single time.
Maybe.
And I don't mean because of the armor, honestly.
The
No,
Narga
Naga armor loves to play Adept Style.
Yeah.
That just actually means something. So Adept Style, you don't really need armor. Like, you don't need the evasion when you have Adept Style. With Adept Style, even if you have 0 evasion, you can literally just dodge into monsters and you just get a free dodge. It is insane. But Adept Longsword, I'm not a fan. It's good, but I'm not a fan. And also, we've just decided on Valor, and Valor is enough to learn from now.
I've been having
But
fun
yeah.
playing Valor.
Thing with Naga armor in this game is that you don't get evasion just unlocked immediately in low rank. So in low rank you have evasion plus 8, you need 10 to unlock it. We actually had 10. I'm fairly sure we brought it to 10 and we
I
actually
think
had
so.
evasion plus. But that little evasion plus would not have been enough to consistently dodge its move, sadly. With Adept, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you have so many slots. Yes and no. How many slots does the lower rank Naga armor have?
I'm not sure.
I'm checking. I know there's not a lot of slots in low rank. This is the wrong one. That's a G rank one. Thank you, Monster Hunter Wiki. Armor, Nagakuge Helm. Okay, you have a total of 8 slots. That's actually a good amount of slots.
Yeah.
Is it enough? Can be. Depends on what jewels you have. You probably could have gotten to higher evade distance levels, but the issue is that you would have to actually get the jewels for the job, and that
Yeah.
can be hard to get because you start with expert 8, right? So you get it to 10. You can get it to 15 or 20 to increase it further. So like when you I clicked on critical eye like an idiot. Actually, never mind. You start evade distance on 10. You start expert on 8. I'm stupid. So we increased expert. We didn't even increase evade distance. Can you go to the smithy real quick to check for evade distance jewels? Wait, it's just evade distance? Okay, this entire thing just got mitigated because it's just evade distance.
Oh.
It's not even evasion. So evasion is iframes, evade distance is just range. And evade distance you can't increase. What you could do is you could still unlock evasion from just the slots you have, but you would grind a lot of it, and it would not be worth it because just getting evasion +1 is just not worth it. Evade distance is still good. Don't get me wrong, evade distance is pretty good because you get a lot of distance, right? You have like double the range on your rolls, so you can pretty quickly get out of a situation. In this case, you can also kind of just spam roll as well because you get more distance. But the advantage with iframes is just having iframes, right? So like you could react to an attack and dodge and not get hit, and that's pretty damn cool. And if you have both, then it gets really strong because you make like a giant leap and you're invincible throughout all of it. It's really really good. But yeah, in this case we only had evade distance, which is not great. In particular in this game, the evade distance is not that large, as you can tell from me not recognizing that you have it.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice you had it. I keep forgetting how fucking short the roll distance is in the older games. It's a little longer in the
Is
newer
it?
games.
It's longer in the new ones.
I feel like it. I can't prove it, but I feel like it.
Oh, hey, Ax. How are you?
Yeah. But if you have evade distance in modern games, especially in this one, is kind of meh. But in the modern ones, it is more viable to just spam dodge because you make a lot of distance, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of just get out of the way. I do that a lot with certain weapons or situations in modern games where I have evade distance 3. In this, it only gets to +1. In the modern ones, it goes to +3, and it's just insanely. It is insane.
So there's a
It's
gator
a
with
gator
glasses.
I
He's
want
a
to correct
gator.
you. Those are fades, okay?
Shades. Much cooler than
Yeah, yeah,
glasses.
Yeah. But yeah. Evade distance is pretty cool. Evasion, really cool. Evasion requires skill though, because you gotta like know the moves so you can dodge them, right? Because it's still not a
Right.
free dodge, obviously. Yeah. In the
Yeah.
older games, it is really hard to dodge things.
What's the gator's name?
Well, answer the person.
I mean, it's in the title. This is Rhyme. A very
Right.
cool guy.
It's not that obvious. Like I could be Rhyme, the gator could be Treason, or the other way around. We don't know.
The pet gator.
No, it's one and the same person. Cool. What were we talking about? The fact that you didn't use those slots. Aha.
Yeah,
Aha.
a lot.
Yeah, it's hard to use the slots in the old games. Like farming shit is just not fun.
Fair enough.
The gator stove. Thank you. I made it in like 2 minutes.
Lots of hard work and dedication went into that gator.
He is pretty cool though. Yeah, but there's a truth in having a lot of slots and actually using them, right?
Yeah.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 slots. So that one had 8. I don't know how many this one has. I'm not gonna look it up. It's just too annoying. But you can check your slots if you want its status. And if you have enough slots, you can try getting a fully new skill.
Rhyme is pretty dope.
Thank you. Why are you talking to a cat? To a
Cuz,
barrel,
look at the
specifically.
barrel cat.
Please
Wonder-
check out your status.
Wonder if we could blow him up.
I don't care. It's not a barrel bomb.
He could be. What do you want me to check? My slots? Like,
Yeah, status.
do you like some slot machines?
Is it equipment? It might be both, actually, but I don't think it matters. Yeah, these are the slots, right? You have 6 slots, which is
Yeah.
already less. What is
Right.
this game? Okay.
It is Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Very
Correct.
cool game.
So you have 6 slots, and only because your talisman also has one. 6 slots can technically be enough to unlock something, but it is hard.
Right.
And the thing with unlocking skills is that you kind of need to have an idea what you want, and then figure out if you can actually afford it. If you like your weapon is 2 of those slots, right? So it's just, like if you change weapon, you might already not be able to use your slots anymore. Right.
Mhm.
So it is hard. It is really hard, especially in the beginning. If you find a skill that you really want, you can look into whether you have space to unlock that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty easy to figure out too. I can help you with it if you need the help, but you can. I'm fairly sure you can figure it out. There's
Yeah.
usually more than one jewel that does the same thing. So there's like one that increases it by 1. There's one that increases by 2. That might take like 2 slots instead. There's one that increases by 3 sometimes. That kind of stuff. You need to get to a total of 10 to unlock anything, and then sometimes there's things beyond that. But with that amount of slots, you're not getting beyond it.
Right.
Yeah, in modern games you get skills for free. It's just so much shit.
Wow.
Like, you don't need plus 10 to unlock something anymore. You need plus 3,
Wait.
depending on the thing.
How are the
Way too
cat?
complicated. You couldn't figure it out as a kid. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, playing with jewels and slots and skills is really complex. So that's why I'm saying, for now, it is totally fine to just take what your armor has and increase the stuff that your armor has, or decrease the negative stuff, because you're getting used to how it works. And then in like later high rank or in D rank, you can start actually building armor, which is
Yeah.
complex. It just is complex, and especially if you go on mixed sets. Mixed sets are pretty complex. I don't recommend using mixed sets because it looks dog shit.
Whiskers. You mean Cat Ghost 174?
Yeah, his name is
what
Whiskers.
you
You're correct
mean?
with that.
His name or number? Did you get my cat's number? I don't think
Phone
he's
number?
I don't think he's allowed to do that. I'm gonna have to have a private talk with him later.
Jesus Christ.
He'll be fine. I promise.
So another comment was that you can get 2 slots on weapons, which you actually have on yours one, and on your one right now. And that
Yeah.
is very true. That is a reason why some weapons have like less attack or something, but instead they have slots, and slots can be so worth it,
Okay.
right? But only if you use them. If you don't use the slots, then they're useless, obviously.
Very cool.
Nicole, my number.
No. They're not allowed to.
So fun thing about, like, if you play no armor, let's say, right?
Yeah.
In this game, if you play no armor, unless you're using a talisman that has a lot of stuff for free, you're not getting any skills.
Right.
I've played no armor in this game with you a little, but I've only played no armor in Rise and World so far. And in Rise, I'm in G rank, so like absolute max. The only thing you can get is your talisman, and then you still have those slots on your weapons. And using those can be really, really, really good, especially in those games because you get a lot more skills. So I have in my weapons in Rise for my no armor challenge have, I think, like 2 or 3 skills, different skills unlocked just in the weapon. That is impossible in this game.
He says, there any way of farming talismans?
I don't know. I would assume yes. There's usually like specific quests and shit that drop you a lot of whatever you're looking for. Like there's quests that drop you a lot of zenny, there's quests that drop you a lot of talismans. You can also just go on a harvest store and collect talismans. You collect them from mining crops, right? And there's these special spawn locations. You've been on one and then jumped off like an idiot. They're the ones you can't reach unless you
Oh,
spawn
yeah.
on them, right? They are only in high rank. Well, actually, they exist in low rank, but you can't access them. And in high rank, you spawn there, and those get a lot of talismans. I know those do.
Mm.
Oh, there's the melting pot. There's no melting pot in this game. Is there? I don't know of a melting pot in this game.
I don't think there is.
I wouldn't know of a melting pot in this game.
Yes,
Yes, there is. Where? Is it like at the end of this ship? Because I know there's a couple NPCs in there that do weird shit. Like in this area. In there. In the brown village. Does it have a name?
There's a lady.
Open
You know
your
that
map.
one village? There's that one lady that can do the
That's
melting
not the
pot.
map. What is the brown village? Kokoro?
Kokoto?
Kokoto? I guess. There's Monster Hunter 1 and 2, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Never played those. Well, I did play those, but never finished those.
Kokoto.
Kokoto. We'll go talk to people then.
There's a cat. There's cats on the bag.
I like
There's
that I
a-
say talk to people and you're just running past everybody.
Oh, there's a lot of people. I could talk to anybody.
You could also just keep running around in circles and never talk to anybody.
Yeah,
That's probably
I
faster.
could. What does a melting pot look like? Next to the fruit lady. You mean
I
this
don't
person?
know who that is. This would be the crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
You could have just attempted talking to her. What are you doing?
I don't like talking to people. And oh god. Yeah, it's just the
Yeah, this
cow
is the
coat
powerful person.
at
useless.
this one? Melding.
Maximel, that sounds good.
The melding juju. Any 3 talismans you own.
Okay, so you can reroll them essentially. Okay.
Okay.
That's not particularly great, but you can put your useless talismans in there in hopes to get better ones.
Mystery melding.
Oh, I actually remember this. I actually remember this. I actually did
Luminous
this. But I stopped using it. Because I got
Yeah.
a really good one. I got one that has like evasion plus 10 or something. I just used that one.
Mm.
Yeah, just put some really bad ones in there.
Like this.
Yeah, status 1 is useless.
Crit element 2.
Useless. Probably
What
useless.
about
Fuck it. Away
Reload
with it.
speed 2.
Good, that's ranged. And now do that 2 more times. Another thing to take care of. You can sell
Botany.
anything that is coating, like Blast C means blast coating. You can remove those. Or Class S means class trot. Those you can remove as well because they are ranged and you're never gonna play ranged because ranged is cancer.
Blast.
Yeah, blast coating and class trot. Can remove those. Anything with like 5 or 6 I would generally not remove. Attack 5 on that class is actually not terrible. You could keep that one if you want.
Okay.
It's
Honey
not
plus
great,
8.
but you could keep it if you want to. If not, that's fine too.
There you go.
Cool. Now you meld it. Awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for reminding me of the melding. I forgot that this exists. It is not usually good because it is random. But if you're only rerolling trash, what are you losing?
Right. Oh. Okay. Anything else before we wrap it up, I guess?
No. Next thing
Okay.
would be a live hunt analysis again.
Right.
So that'll wait.
Yep.
We might do both next time, we'll see. Just need
So
to get lucky. I am fairly sure it has no impact what you put in there. I
it
don't know this for a fact, but I'm fairly sure it is entirely random.
spits something out.
Like, it matters which one you select, right? There's like different melding processes, and depending
Yeah.
which one you choose, you get different results. But I don't think it matters what you put in.
Right.
Cool. So yeah,
Okay.
unless something comes up, we'd probably just talk about, like we would do an analysis of your last hunt probably, and then a live
Yeah.
analysis
Okay.
in a row. Probably,
Yeah.
unless something comes up, like you wanna practice a new weapon or style or whatever.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Next
may reach
stream
out now.
will be coming up on Friday about the same time, being 9 p.m. Eastern time. Yep.
I was supposed to stream earlier, and I didn't. And
Oh
I feel
no.
bad about it. But
It's
in the end, I
okay.
did stream. I just didn't stream my main stream. I only streamed this one. And
Yeah.
nobody was here to watch it because all my viewers are asleep. Or at school, or work, or wherever they may be.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Dance.
I need crocodile emotes.
And stream tomorrow. I didn't say tomorrow, I said Friday. Well, alrighty. So that's it? No final words?
They might have been talking about me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking to you. Okay.
What day is it tomorrow? It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Can I stream on Thursdays?
Can you?
I might be able to, but it would be, well, it would
Uh-oh.
not be later. It would be pretty early. It would start at like midnight my time, which is 5 hours
Yeah.
in the
6 hours.
past, in the future.
Yeah.
5 hours ago in the future. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because tomorrow I get Monster Hunter School. Well, I don't know if I
Oh,
will,
yeah.
but there's a good chance.
Right.
So that's gonna be fun. And I'm not streaming then, simply because I'll be doing it in German and nobody will
Yeah.
understand me. But yeah, I might stream tomorrow. We'll see if I feel like it.
Yeah.
I really want to play World No Armor again. I just really feel like playing Monster Hunter World. It's just really fun. But I also missed my Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate stream on Monday. And I missed my Rise No Armor stream today.
Well,
It is not going great with me recently.
it'll be okay.
Yeah, I just have other things to worry about, sadly.
Yeah.
Which
That's
I will
fine.
talk to you about after this stream. Maybe, we'll see.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. I'm out of
Alrighty.
words.
Yeah. Alright. Thanks everyone for coming. We'll see everyone next time then. Yeah, you should. Okay.
As long as you don't want to play online.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it
you
not
want to
active
play
enough?
online. I have no idea if it's active because
Yeah.
I don't play Monster Hunter with random strangers. I usually just play them solo, and if I do
Yeah.
play with other people, it's just like a friend group, you know? So I don't
Yeah.
really know these things. But you could probably figure it out. If you want to play
Mhm.
solo, you don't have to buy a Nintendo Switch. You can just emulate it. You don't need to
Yeah.
purchase anything. I mean, you legally have to purchase the game and then, you know, emulate it on your emulator. You probably also legally have to buy the Switch anyway.
Just be quiet about it so Nintendo assassins don't show up at your door.
Exactly. That's only if you want to do it legally,
No. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Cool.
which I do condorse.
Bye for real this time. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
Goodbye. It has been fun.